I want to know what he billed us for this, because in my old line of work, we used to call this padding. But it's gonna do the job, and save it in case we ever have to do it again, so we don't have to pay the lawyer to write it again. Just fill in the blanks.
And the arborist, David Walker, doesn't go with these big, long contracts. You want a tree down? Okay, I'll be there tomorrow.
Well, I noticed that the hold harmless states that he's gonna be responsible for doing a lot of things when he isn't signing it, but that's somebody else's problem, that's not ours.
Yeah. So, and you.
The good news is he's really good.
You said you're gonna fill out some of the.
Yeah, yeah, because he's asked for attachments and stuff to identify the
I
lot.
think you got your approval for the text of this.
Yes.
unless-
The way I read it was that Judge Garner and Mary Flocker would be responsible for Walker, whatever work he does on the property, is how I read it.
Well, I read that Walker's going to be doing some things. It was implicit.
Okay.
So I'm like that.
That's why I sent it out.
I certainly don't want him to revise it.
Okay. As soon as I
For
got
another
it, I sent it
$600
off.
bucks.
All in favor of accepting the hold indemnity and hold harmless agreements, say aye.
Aye.
Knowing that they're not gonna look at this.
Excuse me?
Now, they, I mean,
They just want to be able to call Dave and have the
yeah,
trees.
well, I already
done.
told them to do it. I said, because it's so far out, I said, yeah, get it on. You know, we've got the approval, just get the paperwork done.
Okay. And then we need folks to sign their cards, or,
Yeah, I haven't gotten any of them returned.
That's me.
Yeah.
so I don't,
And then
the
just.
board action is for people to fill out their cards.
And I don't know if it's a board action to approve the letter, but we did that last time. We
Did we?
approved, so, okay.
So what is it you need from us?
The last month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need to fill that out.
Yeah.
Make a motion to accept the letter as written for the, this would be for Umpqua.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
do we need to do a motion or?
Yeah.
It was already
Second?
second.
Okay.
All right. All in favor, say aye. I will sign it, and then we'll attach individual cards or the sheets from last month or.
Did that do
And
last
the
time?
minutes. No, I haven't gotten any of these yet.
Could we reprint those and we'll do them, like you can hold us hostage here until we sign those, or fill them out?
Well, and the bank needs the minutes too.
Right, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I couldn't have done anything past
Right.
I
today
thought we
anyway.
had to sign there at the bank.
Once we get the signature card complete, then I'll let you know and you can go ahead and sign at the bank. This is just your information to
Oh,
put on the
information
signature
form.
card.
So, and we're thinking, when you and I discussed it, that we are a secondary account holder information and not the primary, right? So it's the bottom half of the page.
Yeah, I thought I figured it out. It's fine, I'm sure I didn't.
Glad I'm not the only one. Feel better.
Okay. Any other old business?
No, I don't have anything.
All right. I guess this was circulated, and there was some discussion before we met in our session about Radar Road. The email.
Oh, well,
So that would, new business, if you want to call it that, just as discussion.
yeah, I don't think it needs a lot of discussion, it's just that this is, I mean, Alki is being proactive. She's going to be the first person of a bunch of people in that area that will start asking, what happens now when my septic fails? And they're going to find out that the standards that are in place for them to redo their septic are going to keep them from being able to do it because their lots are too small.
Yeah.
And so then they're going to come to us. And so we should begin the process, not tonight, but we should begin the process of deciding the process by which we're going to look at expansion or non-expansion, and which then said probably folds it into our next facility plan, thank you. But I'm just noting, it's easy to kind of, Elke is reacting. Not everybody, it's going to get progressively more serious for people coming to us and saying, I'm gonna be forced out of my house unless I have septic service or sewer service, and we're gonna have to decide what our response is.
Our charge would be the $30-something thousand hookup fee, and then would we need to do anything else, or no?
Oh, there's no sewer.
There's no.
You know,
Nothing.
We're talking
From-
millions of dollars.
yeah,
here.
from our
Oh.
gate, it's only, what,
Sorry, I thought this.
100, 200 yards north.
Not even that
No.
far.
We'll have to get buckets.
This is outside of our, this is where Elke is
Real big.
at, is outside of our district,
Gotcha.
district service boundary. So it requires a boundary
Their lots
change.
are too small even for like an
And-
advantage system or something.
And Elke's house is somewhere close to the water treatment plant up there.
Gotcha.
And so it doesn't even go out as far as Radar Road. Nobody else has made this request but one property owner. Usually when,
So, I know,
It's a
my only
bunch.
comment was,
Well,
this probably is a good, you know,
Test.
poke
Yeah.
with a needle to start that long-term look at. Maybe our response is, we can't afford it, or our response is, we'll put it on the ballot, you know, but
Well,
we need to find out what the process is.
it will be a discussion to have when we do our next facilities plan. And the date of that should be public, and that's it. There's no when, no who, no how.
What's the response to Elke?
That would be my response.
Okay, I'm just,
And when is the
just
next
saying,
facility plan?
we need to know what we're gonna do in order to know how to respond to this.
Because if we say to one individual that, you know, we're gonna make it easy for you or whatever, I mean,
Precedent is set.
Well, no.
then you got all the rest of the
Opposite.
people on the road that are gonna go, what about me?
No, it's just the
but
opposite.
this is outside district boundary. So the answer is,
Right.
you reside outside of district boundary. So step one, I mean, we already have it in our facility plan as looking to the future, just like we do out Whiskey Creek, okay? But those are outside district boundaries. I don't know the whole legal process, but I know you're gonna have to go through and get the district boundary moved, okay? So that, I think, is a vote, that's a vote of the people. So, I know she's saying, please bring me sewer, but it's not that simple. I mean, for $4 million, we could get sewer to her, okay? But that's, we talk about it as a future, but until the district service boundaries are moved, you can't even, DEQ's not even gonna let you consider it. We just have a kind of a 30,000-foot view of it, so that we're not caught, you know, without planning.
When is the next
So
facility plan?
recommend that she gets a composting.
I have to look at the data, last one, I like to update them every 5 to 7 years. So when we finish up some of these other projects, I would like to get those included in the new updated facility plan, along with Cougar Ridge that has come in and things like that.
So that's probably not this year, but maybe next year.
Probably, I'd like to get, like I said, I'd like to get this, so it could be this fiscal year towards the end of it, but most likely I'd ask the board, let's just budget to update the facility plan in the next fiscal year.
Okay.
But remember, you really can't look outside district boundaries
Right.
to plan for extensions.
Sorry, I thought this was just a hookup question.
No.
So are we going to reply to her, or?
I'm gonna have to, so I need to know what I need to say to her.
We'll figure out a
We'll
response.
draft, we'll draft something for you.
That'd be great.
We responded to her, I had you respond that she resides outside the district boundaries.
And that is the
She's not
response.
really, she's not really accepting that response, but it's really, you have nothing else you can say. You are outside of our service boundary. She's asking, when are you gonna get it?
Yeah.
Well, you're outside of our service boundary.
And that's really the smartest thing to say right now. Like you said, don't make any suggestions of flexibility
No.
or future
Or
plans.
go into a long
No.
dissertation about it.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted us to have the context for the response, that's all.
And just for your information and background, Jeff, it also became a controversial point in the incorporation activities, and the county commissioners and went round and round and round with the idea of they could get sewer service if we incorporated. I mean, it was wild for a while.
And the case was even wilder, but,
Yeah. yeah.
okay.
It's a long process. I think that the standard answer the district tells anybody that's outside our district boundaries, that you are outside the district boundaries, we cannot give you service.
And just for morbid curiosity, where is her house at? She's way out.
By the water district.
Right by the water plant, just, what is that, about a mile and a half up the road?
Okay.
If you go towards, if we're going towards Cape Mears,
Yeah,
there's that one house that looks like it's a fortress.
yeah.
Mhm.
That road, that gravel road, it goes right up the hill.
Okay.
She's one of 2 or 3 houses at the top of that road.
Gotcha.
Perched.
Above the road.
And that's just
Yeah.
before it goes downhill with the big dip.
That's before the big dip and before you get to Radar Road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before you get to or you get down to the beach there.
So if it's okay, I will just help Tracy just come up to just explain that it's outside the district service boundary.
And this is besides this discussion.
Good luck.
Okay, but, I was an officer in a nonprofit where we were given yurts down in Newport. And it was kind of the same kind of deal where, to take ownership, we had to make sure the sewer was okay, and there wasn't enough room. So we researched it out, and there are some high-end units that you can darn near drink the water afterwards, but it's not cheap. And we put that in, we put that system in, and we're able to sell the property. It was a gift to the nonprofit. So, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is with our landlines or whatnot, but I know
She's
that.
among the last people I would give any technical advice to.
Right.
She needs to have a direct relationship with the people that she's gonna pay. And
Right.
She will complicate a situation if you sell it, say anything that she can misunderstand.
That's why I said, we're just gonna tell her it's
Okay.
outside our district service boundary.
I say that with love, by the way, I mean, she's a friend. We
No,
visit
I-
her and have wine with her, but I just know her well enough that we just keep.
You still
the
use the
ambiguities
bathroom.
To the.
Understood.
How we doing on
On the what?
the meeting here?
We're moving forward. Any other new business? Okay, then correspondence, we have the letter from the Oregon Audits Division with the filing fee increase. Is there any comment to that?
What?
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Nothing?
We're just shocked that the government would increase their fees.
Do we need to, next month, reiterate board members taking a online seminar or whatever towards the, getting the insurance discount? I know I've been bad, I haven't done it, but,
Well, we understood there were gonna be some more stuff online, so we're gonna get a list or a place to look, that's what she was gonna do.
Yeah.
But there was a conference coming up that might include stuff, so we waited.
Oh, that's right.
I have that.
okay.
I did talk to SDAO, and they did tell me that a lot of them, they're going to, like, you could either choose to go and be in person, or they will put them where, for a cheaper price, you can just log in as a webinar too. So, I don't know which ones they've done that with,
The
but.
ones we did last year were free because we were members.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so.
Yeah,
That's the one we should choose. You guys might need to go to some pay stuff, but we don't.
Okay, is there any other discussion? If not, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
6:37.
We're adjourned.
Would you mind printing those things? So that we
Yes,
can-